Hello, beautiful Pisces. If it's your first time coming in today, you're in for a treat. The message this morning was the gathering. The first card was the Great Gathering, and this is the card that set me on this path to help Pisces. I've always been spiritually and intuitive. I just never really put it all together. I had a download from Spirit, and these cards came out just before I had that initial, let's say, gathering with them to make me understand how important our journey is here at this time. Kind of a history in the making, right? We're here as humans to do some work and to help the planet rebalance, and little bits and pieces come in as needed to help us along the way. Before I go into all of that, these are all the cards. I warned you this morning I would be picking a lot of cards that resonated me in this reading. The very first one is the Great Gathering. It has very spiritual, emotional ties when I see this card. Seen in your unique way is also to show that you, Pisces, as an individual, are so important in all of what's going on right now. You may have felt quite at odds with the rest of the world most of your life, and there was a reason. You were meant to vibrate in a different level. The staff showing balance in all things is what we're trying to restore the planet. Also the number 6. And you have the two cards that I feel show an inner light and an inner wisdom. The Hermit card as well as the inner truth. Okay? As in not the Page of Swords that we saw this morning, which is the outer truth. The thing that trips most of us up, or a lot of us, in our time here. We start believing in things and words and extremes when it's really all about balance. So, before I keep going, if you haven't watched this morning, I highly suggest you go do that. After that, please make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell to all, and press the like button. Don't forget after the readings to pick cards that resonated with you, especially deep down. I love to hear how your intuition, how things resonate inside of you with your intuition and what cards really called out to you. I put you in a giveaway at the end of the month where you get to pick something of whatever I have, and there's all kinds of different things. That's it. That's pretty much it. There are other ways to support me. It's in the description box. All of those things really support my channel and help me keep this free. Each individual thing offers you something, except for the donation, the PayPal. That's just to show love to me. The Patreon is donation, but you get something in return. I post stuff. The affiliate links, well, you get the cards that I use, and I get a little something for you using the link. And the beautiful journal, the gratitude journals, also you get something with that. And support me and my photography, my beautiful photos of the area which I live, which is tremendously gorgeous and very lucky. Having said all of this, I'm going into it. I'm looking at all the different decks. I'm going to tell you why I picked these. These are soul cards. They have no words to them, just images, so they really speak to inside of your soul. I'm going to be picking from some of this to interpret it my own way, but I also want you to really look at the cards and see how they speak to you. I highly suggest for anybody who is highly intuitive to get this deck, because it does really, whatever you are feeling, it cannot lie. There are no words or meanings associated with them. So when you turn them, whatever that first instinctual gut feeling or words that pop into your mind will be the true reading of these cards. This is why I see them as one of my newly favorite decks. I took the Moon Oracle because we are of the Moon Pisces. I'm taking decks that will assist me, and they're high energy in spirit. This is my father, who is now one of my guides. This was his playing cards for, I was going to say canasta. It was canasta, but it was also cribbage. He played cribbage a lot, and they have his imprint, and I use them, and they're always very accurate. This is my Ancestral deck, the Tarot de Marseille. This is my mother, who passed away in July of last year. This is her deck. It's animals. She was an animal lover. It's the only animal deck I have, because I'm not really, I have no animal totems. It's not my thing. Different people have different things. And I'm also going to be using my oldest deck. I've had this deck since '92. That would have made me the tender age of like 20 some odd, 21 I think. And yeah, this is the only deck I had for the longest time. And it has a lot of energy, and it has always been so kind. It is the kindest but most insightful deck I will ever own. So I keep it in a very precious spot, and I'm taking this out for you today because of that gathering card. So we have a lot of energies. We have mine, because remember, you are spirit as well. You are your own guide inside of yourself. Never forget that. You have a very strong spirit. Your spirit is probably one of the strongest ones. You are your deepest and best tie to source. Remember that. And along with my ancestors and two of my guides, and I have Mona and Liam. So I've got a full house here, you guys. And we're going to get on with it. Okay, so we're going to start with these beautiful soul cards. Beautiful message this morning. Beautiful about balance, about extremes. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Wow. Okay. So right away I see the human head, but also the huge head. And it's not because the head is huge, it's because the energy surrounding your mind is huge. You have an energetic field around you that's of spirit. So there's much more than just the human. This is radiating light. It's radiating emergence. And one thing I had noticed is there's like this white spot. It almost looks like it's shooting through you, like you are ready to emerge, like there's an untapped source that's coming through. You also have an eye, an extra eye just above here. So this is exactly, you have your spiritual self. This is what I'm talking about. You have that inner light, that inner energy, and you have your human self. So this is why it looks so huge, because if you just do this, it doesn't look very big. It just looks like a normal human, but there's all of this. This is your aura, your energy. You're very much inside of yourself. And and I see the color going into your shoulder here. So saying that it's really surrounding you, that you're really putting the two together and realizing that they are of one, that those two parts make your whole. That is the biggest message I get from that soul card right there. Another one, you guys? Another one. Let's get another one. Wow. You know what? I'm not going to say anything. They don't say anything about this one. But I'm going to pull for me. I'm going to put this soul tribe of all these individuals, and I'm just going to draw your attention to all these beautiful triangles, 3, 6, 9. I am saying something, but I'll say one word: awakening. You tell me what you get out of this card. A lot. This is a very spiritual card. It speaks volume. I was talking about a puzzle and puzzle pieces this morning, and I feel that this really speaks to me in that way. So if you need to, go back, pause it, and take a look at that picture and let me know what you're getting from it. I feel a lot from that. A lot. I'm going to pull from the Moon Oracle. Queen of the Moon. Oh, I can't. Right. So this is about extremes, Pisces. It is. It's about identifying extremes in what's going on in the world. What are you seeing right now? What are you seeing as extremes? By the way, happy Memorial Day, happy Victoria Day to people in Canada. I just wanted to let you know that. I know I didn't mention it this morning. I don't really think about, yeah. Yeah, I can't. This is what I was talking about this morning. If you haven't seen the video this morning, go. Look at that. I'm not even, because I was talking about that, about extremes. It's all about extremes. Extremes, there's no right or wrong. Even though they call it the light, it doesn't mean it's the light. It's an extreme. It's all balance. You have to find the balance in thing. Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't watched this morning's, because it's going to blow you away, that they're really being clear. There's no unclear message here. We have these cards. This is like this one. For me, it is the same thing. It's just a different picture. It is the same thing. Right? And balance, the staff. We're talking about extremes. Right? It's all tied in together. Okay, so which ones do I start with, you guys? Who's coming in first? Who's coming in? All right, Mama, you're up. Nope. Okay. We'll take the ancestors first. Judgment. People are going to be held accountable for their choices and their behaviors. There is a reckoning. It's going to be a review. And it's definitely an awakening. This is the card of awakening. It's also a card of second chances, of renewal, a rite of passage, transitioning, resolving issues from the past by forgiving yourself and others. The card of reviewing, changing, and releasing what no longer fits. In all seriousness now. A time of growth. an opportunity to build a brand new foundation, to plant new seeds, to see rewards and abundance in a way and prosperity that we have never seen before, to do healthy new beginnings. To use our intuition like we've never used it before. To look into that inner wisdom. To be receptive, to be spiritual, to meditate to the higher self. To be quiet and to listen. To seek answers inside of yourself. Oh. To meet with challenge. To be the leader in your own life. To lead by example. To be devoted to the people you love and everything that you do. To trust your gut feeling always, because it's linked to your intuition. To be inventive, authentic, energetic, a love for life, a kind soul who knows how to balance. This is the Queen of Wands. That was a king. At the same time, to balance out the energies of both, to have the feminine and both the masculine balance. There it is again. To be creative and vibrant and inspirational. To have energy and a joyful demeanor, to bring balance inside of that leadership. To follow your passions. To be generous. To have the ability to make others smile. Wow, that's nice. To remove the blocks by restoring balance. This is the Eight of Swords, you guys. We had it this morning. Balance is the way to remove the blocks, the restrictions, the isolation, the fear, the change, the helpless thoughts that we feel, the limiting beliefs, these inner critics, that Page of Swords, the victim mentality, to not being able to see how things will change, to see no way out, to stand alone, to be self-defeated. This is how you get past that. All right. Their energy is very heavy. It's very, not heavy, it's very intense. But I see it as heavy. I feel like I've got 3 roomfuls of lines of energy behind me when they come through. Which is beautiful. I feel very stable. I feel very emperor-like when they're around. I feel like I've got the very best of the experts. King of Shells, balance, harmony, integrity. Yes, you need integrity and you need harmony. If you don't have integrity, you're not going to have harmony. Integrity means to stand by what you believe in. So make it a good one. Make it a good one. Make it something that's balanced. This is the King of Cups. Make it so that your emotional well-being is well to begin with. To be caring, to care about others, to be wise, to be emotionally mature. composed, calm, a healer for yourself and others, a counselor when needed, considerate, committed, show compassion and knowledge, to express your feelings while still being grounded, an ability to judge well and be practical. This is all the good stuff, you guys. This is all the good stuff. The Ten of Feathers, which is the Ten of Swords. However, it is recovery and transformation. We're going in a time of recovery where people will hit rock bottoms, where it's going to represent endings of what they know. Some will want to give up. Some will deal with their closure, their crisis, and some will feel terribly relieved. Some will show shock at the unfolding of the events, of the situations. A lot will feel a relief that this way of living is finally over, probably many of us. And it's a great opportunity to start over and to not make the same mistakes again. The Magician. Willpower and creation. We're going to need to tap into that personal power and intention and will and resourcefulness and actions to make wishes come true. We're already doing that now. You have to empower people and yourself to believe that we can turn wishes into reality, and that we can apply power to our goals and power into restoring balance and releasing the extremes that are created in this world. Can you feel the peace in your heart as I speak right now? They're bringing in a lot of knowing and a lot of peace, a lot of wisdom and a lot of peace. I'm sending it to you as you're watching this, and I hope that you can feel it. Whoever watches this, I'm sending you the peace they're sending right now. Two of Acorns, insight and focus. We are very much in the planning stages right now. We're contemplating a lot. We're thinking innovatively and looking at our choices and the potential. We're on the threshold of a lot of progress, of discovery. Many of us are glimpsing the bigger picture and committing to a new direction. We're getting a lay of the land. And we're filling ourselves with creative force. It's giving us a lot of insight and focus. The Five of Pentacles. There may be a lot of anxiety, people feeling isolated and insecure. They'll worry. They'll feel a lack of security. There may be a lot of scarcity thinking, alienation among other people. May even cause a lot of illness. We've already seen a lot of this already happening in years before. This exclusion, this feeling alone, people are going to have to relearn from a very old way of thinking that we're not alone. People are going to have to look at each other and get help and support from one another, the way it should have always been. The way we've kind of gotten away from. There's an imbalance, and it needs to be rebalanced. When there is no balance, there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of procrastination, a lot of blocked emotions, standstills. A lot of people contemplating options that just don't fit. That causes delays. They don't trust themselves because they don't have all the facts. A lot of people might be sitting in the dark not knowing what to do. That's when people are going to start looking for kindred spirits, reconnecting with their spirituality, building friendships again, understanding what equality means, love, respect, sharing, harmony, the coming together of two or more to create something new, to bring back balance. The one and the two. The one and the two. The Ten of Wands came out. That's getting rid of oppression. We had the King of Shells, now we have the Queen of Hearts. More balance, more couples, more of the one and two, in the middle of both. The feminine and the masculine. To be empathic, receptive, introspective, psychic in some cases, loving. Also a counselor, a dreamer, a kind listener who can see by others' point of view. Also helping others understand their emotions and how they are feeling. Clear focus. Important breakthroughs will be made. Triumph and victory. Finally making a decision. With a fresh perspective. A realization. People are going to get very focused and understand the need for what the world really needs, which is balance, away from extremes. Alright, you guys, this is me and my energy connected to Source. My oldest friends. Work hard. Do quality work. Meet your objectives. Really work on that craftsmanship. Dedicate yourself. Have attention to the detail. Be the perfect apprentice. Be meaningful in your work. Be precise. Work happily at it. Make it something you're passionate about. But always maintain your inner quality and be focused and satisfied with the work that you do. You may want to withdraw. You may want to you may feel indifferent at times or dissatisfied. You may have doubt in yourself, but don't. You may feel disconnected, but don't. You're not. When you have a standstill or a moment of doubt, it's usually your inner guide telling you need a break, you need to heal, or maybe it's time to examine your situation so that you can see what you're missing. There's always a reason, Pisces. Always. Just no matter what you do, don't give up. Stand still if you must, just don't give up. Balance. Justice. When fair decisions are made, when balance is restored, things go a lot better. Things fall into place. Everything falls into place. With balance, you get a multitude of different choices that weren't available. Increasing your chances of success, freedom, happiness, openness, will, magic, everything. It really all lies in being fair, equal, and balanced. And one. You have the Ace of Hearts, Ace of Cups, fresh starts, spiritual growth. You also have the Seven of Swords, which is really ducking the swords to stay safe, which is what she's literally doing here. She's ducking the swords to stay safe, pushing them away, protecting herself from negative, from feeling undermined. You may have to be cautious, but never not believe that you're not the mastermind of your own life. You are. You have the King of Swords energy, even though you are Cups. You do have the power of the mind to cut right to the truth of the matter, to be objective, logical, assertive. You're very intelligent, Pisces. And you can be an excellent advisor when it comes to this. When you come from a place of balance and you protect yourself from the negative forces that come in and speak with your determination to let everybody have a voice, to let balance become a thing, then you're doing pretty good. We just have to remind ourselves to bring it all back to a balanced way of thinking. All right, let's look underneath the decks. We have the Star underneath this one. illumination and optimism in the renewal, that you are boundless. I am very optimistic for a fresh start. Yes, I am. Six of Wands from my dad, my spirit guide. Victory, recognition, progress. My mother's deck, the High Priestess, intuition, inner wisdom, receptivity. From the Ancestors deck, harmony, the Lovers, cooperation, togetherness, committing to well-being and happiness without fear. When our hearts and minds get united. That's pretty much it, Pisces. I've loaded all the big guns, including my own. I think it's a very beautiful message. I hope that you can feel it within your heart. I hope that you got the message that came through. It was interesting to work with all these different energy and switch it up, because usually I usually focus on one type, so I've had to do some switch ups. They're very different in the way they feel when they come through. But I think that they've been standing pretty much united in everything that they're saying. Maybe saying it in slightly different ways, but basically the same. Basically the same. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and blessings, Pisces. I hope you have the fantastic rest of the day, and I will return tomorrow. Take care of yourself.